Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Shay. If you're new here, hello, welcome. It is friggin' cold this morning. I think it's actually it's 37 degrees. It's not super duper cold, but it's cold enough. I have not been recording like anything. You guys may have seen, hello?
Are you sure to?
No thanks. We connected to YouTube, which means I feel like the sound might not be connected. Shit. So I'm gonna head into the ag store real quick to pick up a couple things. I'm gonna look at some hoof supplements for Miss Penny because she took off a shoe again, which is just peachy. So I'm gonna look at those, kind of see what might be a good option. I need to do some research. I want something that is potentially going to give her a thicker hoof wall if that's feasible. But I also want something that's going to help with growth a little bit more because she's just taking off foot every single time she's ripping a shoe off. So I want to look at those, and then also need to pick up some more detangler today because I used a ton to take care of her tail the other day because it was disgusting. So we'll look at that. I'll take you guys with me in there and then we'll touch base in a minute. I'm obsessed with these begonias. Okay, I think we're good on pellets right now. Good on horse guard. Okay. I got the goods. I literally feel like such a mess today. And I went in there and took my mic off when I was finished shopping and shoved it in my pocket, and I feel like it made it look like I was stealing something, and I promise I don't. I come here all the time. Please don't make me go somewhere else. For now, let's get out of here and head to the barn. Let's go see Penny Girl. Despite me looking like an absolute scrub, I wanted to show you guys what I made. This thing is so cozy and it's fairly cute. Here's the thing, when I found the pattern, I knew the sizing was going to be different because I don't have an 8mm hook. For any of you that understand crochet, this will make sense in a minute. All I had was, I think, a size 6.5 was the biggest. So it was gonna make it smaller than what the pattern was calling for. So I was like,
oh, I'll just add some rows to everything, add a few extra stitches, be good to go.
I may have made the hood a little too big. It also doesn't help that when I have this jacket on, that it makes it sit even higher and it looks a little funky. But I'll tell you what, this shit is cozy. So I am very comfy in this. I think I'm gonna make another one and follow the pattern this time. I think in here I'm gonna take it off though because it's gonna drive me nuts. Oh, God, okay. Another thing I wanted to tell you guys about that I think is so cute, our little tack room that we have, barn owner came in and kind of reorganized things again, and she added a little thermos with some mugs, and I think it's instant coffee and hot cocoa maybe. It's just so cute the way she has it set up. One thing that she's been doing that I absolutely love, it just warms my heart, it's so cute. She gets little schlick, I don't even know how to pronounce it. Okay. She gets those little miniature model horses and she finds the ones that matches the horses at the barn to the best of her ability. And they're all so cute. I love it. And so now they're set up everywhere and it's so cute. So I thought what I would do today is pop a squat and clean some tack. Especially I pulled my Wintech synthetic saddle that I hardly ever use because I feel like it just doesn't fit well. It is moldy as sin. It is so bad because it's been sitting in my trailer and I open my trailer door and there's water everywhere. So I have to get that figured out. I do have a video coming out in April. I have a little bit of a spring cleaning series that I'm gonna do, and I wanna really revamp my whole trailer. And at this point it needs it because that it's not good. I feel like I should have got more saddle soap because I actually have a lot of conditioner. My saddle soap, I'm pretty sure, is over halfway gone. I definitely hit pan on this. I got a fair amount. Well, I think we can make it work. Magic. I think we're going to start with Penny's Western Bridle. Get this a little bit cleaned up. I think the last time I had it on her, she was pretty sweaty. So I've got some spots that I really want to get clean. You guys may have seen a short that I put out a couple days ago of Sage. For those of you that haven't seen it, I put Sage down about a week ago. And so to kind of start this off, Sage has had navicular for years. I got her when she was 2. She was diagnosed navicular at 5. I've owned her for 18 years. So about 15 years of her life, she's had navicular. Shoes on and off since then, tried to do barefoot, tried to do shoes, tried to do special shoes, tried to do wedges, tried to do blah, 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 all these things. Honestly, you could probably name it. We've probably done it as far as her navicular shoeing process. I am very sad right now. I think that today's probably the first day that I've been okay enough to feel like I could film and have a conversation with you guys and not break down in tears. I am pretty torn up about it. I thought I'd be doing better. But it's a struggle when you have had a horse in your life for 18 years. For them to be gone is very difficult. One thing to say too, I do have a video coming out that I am slowly working on. It's one that's very hard for me to work on because it just makes me sad. Filming the voiceover for it, I cried multiple times because it just breaks my heart going through all the emotions. So right now I'm trying to just, hence the tack cleaning, keep myself distracted right now and not to not feel those emotions, not to ignore them, because I do think it's important to process, but I also don't want to wallow in that either. I have a lot of things to do, a lot of beings to take care of. I still have my almost 3-year-old child. I still have my kid to think about. I still have Penny to think about. There's all these things that I still have to take care of. And one thing that I haven't mentioned yet is that I actually also put down my dog a month ago-ish. I think it's probably been about a month for her. So overall for our family, there's just been a lot of loss over the last month, which is not a fun way to do the holidays by any means. I think I opened my coffee and then didn't take a drink of it. Nice. Shows where my brain's at right now. I'm trying my best to just keep one foot in front of the other. I'm glad that I'm kind of able to get things done today. The last few days have been very difficult as far as being able to just get things done around my house, but like keep the motivation to do anything. I started this crochet project and that kind of just kept me busy, preoccupied, keeping things moving, which is, I think, good. And then I've also been continuing to coach for equestrian team, and that is helpful in a lot of ways. Like, it is a little bit of an added stressor, but it is a huge distraction. I still get to be around ponies, which is huge for me, and I'm helping the kids a lot, which is very, very good for my heart and my soul, to be able to help those kids. So I'm doing as okay as I can be right now. I'm trying to just keep moving. There are times that I feel like I can process some of those emotions, be that through journaling or just taking a long bath or meditating or whatever. Time to really process what's happening. There's some days that it just kind of doesn't feel real, like she's not really gone. That some days I'm going to pull up to the barn and she's going to be in the pasture and she's not, and that part just really sucks. I think it's events like these that always hit you in the face how short life really is, and that we always wish there's more time. I mean, I go into it in this other video, but I lost my dad at 17. I was 17. He wasn't 17. I was 17. I lost my dad when I was really young, and it threw me for a loop and really kind of wrecked my mental health for a long time. Been through a lot of therapy, been through a lot of talking to people and feeling all the feelings and figuring out how to cope with those things. Sometimes the coping wasn't healthy. I would like to say that I'm probably past that point in my life. Never say never, but I'd like to think that I'm past the unhealthy coping mechanisms. Don't really need to go into that. I've been through all that stuff, and I kept thinking when this time was coming up for not only Sage, but for my dog Daisy too, like this was a lot of conditioner. I was thinking that like, it's an animal, not a human. I could probably cope with it a little better. I do think I'm coping with it better than losing my dad. I mean, losing your dad is such a core human versus an animal who I love very dearly. It's not like I don't, but just more so that it's not quite the same, if that makes sense. Also different circumstances. My dad had cancer. We lost him fairly sudden. He had cancer for quite a few years, but he also, like, he was coping with it so well that you couldn't really tell that anything was going on. There were days he might be a little bit off, but that was it. He taught martial arts, so he was very much like, he wanted to be there for the kids and wanted to teach. That's what he wanted to do. So he didn't want to be unavailable. He didn't want to be going through treatments and stuff. So that being said, it was fairly sudden. He was here on a Sunday and gone by a Wednesday, which is not easy for a 17-year-old brain to handle. That being said, with Sage and with Daisy was kind of sudden too. Sage obviously has had navicular for years, so I knew at some point this time was going to come. I wasn't really expecting it to be now. Like, I anticipated that her issues would still allow her to live to 25, 30 years old. And I just feel like with the way that she was moving and the look on her face when I asked her to do just about anything broke my heart. And I think that that is what finally set the limit for me on, okay, it's time to be done. Because if she can't even step over a ground pole because something is so painful, whether that was the navicular or whether that was something else that could have been going on in her body. I mean, a horse's body, that it all works together. So if something is off in the feet, it could 100% be also off in the pole or off in the hips. Like, there's so many things that work together that could cause these issues. So it's just hard to think, like, there are horses that, God, I saw one on some page that was like 42 or 49 or something, that it makes me sad that she could have lived to that point, but could she have done so with navicular? And that's something that I just won't ever know. Could there have been something that I did different? Probably. But at the same time, how long am I willing to allow her to be in pain and to be hurting to find some sort of solution to keep her sound enough that I'm comfortable, if that makes sense? Not comfortable enough to ride, because I literally rode her once throughout the entire year. We did more groundwork than anything else, or she just hung out in a pasture. But I still felt like, even hanging out in the pasture, she wasn't herself. She's not the happy-go-lucky pony. And so that part is really hard. That part, I think, is probably the hardest part of all of it, is just the what if. And I know after losing Dad that you can't live off of what ifs. You can't live off of, if I had done this, what would have changed? At the end of the day, I want the gift for her to be without pain. And if that is euthanasia, that's a tough conversation to have, but it is something that needs to be considered when it comes to chronic lameness issues, if it's not something that is improving. And with her, I really felt like it wasn't. And the shoes helped, but I also felt like she's still not the same. Granted, she's 20 versus 2. They're obviously not going to move the same, but it's just hard to balance the quality of life at that point. Another thing to update you guys on, to totally change the subject, Penny. I love her, but I'm about ready to send her back to the friggin' wild. That's a joke. It's a joke. We have been struggling with this frickin' side bone with her and trying to keep shoes on for so long. And I thought we finally had it figured out. And then we needed to make changes to her shoes again. And she immediately started taking them off again. So needless to say, I am so tired of feeling like I'm building some sort of consistency and routine. And then Penny takes her shoes off again. And I'm like, dude, if we want to be able to train at all, I'm going to need you to keep your shoes on. That being said, this last one she took off destroyed her left hind. It's not cute. The picture I took of it to send to my farrier, she has a whole piece of her hoof wall that's like up to her cornet band that she just like sheared off. The other thing I might do is I might take Sage's tack home. First of all, to just have less stuff in here, but I'll probably hang it up in the office so that I can see it and still have that piece of her. And I might also, it also is just going to help clean some of the stuff out of here. And as much as the barn is always going to be a reminder of her, having to maneuver around her tack is also a little bit, I guess, triggering. I guess you could call it that. So I think if I start kind of pulling some of this stuff out of here, it's going to make my life a little bit easier mentally, emotionally, all the things. I think I'm going to take this stuff home and put it somewhere that I can see it, see that piece of her. Okay. I think we're going to be done talking about Sage for a bit, because I think it's just talking about it always brings everything back up again, which is okay, but it's just a lot. Okay.
Hello, kids. What are you doing with your butt on the fence? Can I give you scratches? Oh, big booty Judy. Hello, my girl. Hello, my girl. Go slow. Okay, I'll bring your girlfriend back in a little bit, okay? Look how disgusting you are. And your horrible clip. Good girl. Oh, what? My goodness. Go say hello. My goodness. My goodness. Come in. Crazies. Bunch of crazies. The sun came out today, and now I'm pretty sure Penny says, what is this bright light? Because it's been so gray lately. Good girl. You're okay. What? Hi. Relax. Oh my goodness. What? Take a second. Are you good? No. Okay. What? What are you so amped about? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Down. No. Whoa. Whoa. I think I'm gonna leave my phone up here so that I don't have to finagle with phone and her at the same time. So I'm just not loving how wired she is right now. I know it's nice weather, but good lord. So I think I'm gonna take her down and just let her run for a minute in the outdoor arena. And then we'll come back and try to be calm. Just let her go, get some energy out, because I think that that's part of the issue. Maybe just because the sun hasn't been out, she hasn't had a chance to go play. Okay, bear with me because I don't have my mic on me. I set my mic up there because I wasn't gonna film anything down here. I was gonna let her just run. But I was thinking about trying to maintain a sense of calm when they're like this. And first of all, it's hard for me when I don't see the things that she does, I don't hear the things that she does. So it gets frustrating where I'm like, okay, what is it that you're freaking out over? And can we get through this or not? So it's really important for me to regulate myself in these moments and try to chill back down, take some deep breaths. And the interesting thing was, as soon as I got in here and she took a lap that was super stressful and I just took a big deep breath, she did the same thing. Anytime that she's dropping her head down, I want to make sure that she gets lots of praise, calm, good release, good girl. Oh, nope, back. I don't mind if she walks with me, but I don't want her walking ahead of me right now. So I'll put her back into position. I'll back her up quickly with energy, but I'm not getting after her, if that makes sense. I want her to be aware of what I'm asking for, but I don't need to make things worse by getting too excited over things. And one thing that I work on a lot is a lot of the head down movement, especially with her. I'm not putting much pressure on, but I'm not going to let up that pressure until she gives. Good. And a lot of times I feel like horses aren't typically all that excited about life when their head is down in general, but if we can get their heads down to relax, calm, release, I think it's super important. So we've done this a few times already. You can see that she's a little bit less wired than what she was in the cross ties. I do think there's something out there today that is getting her attention. So I need whatever it is to chill or let her figure it out. Good girl. Down. Good girl. Good girl. And when we're standing in the calm and quiet, I'm just petting her neck. I'm not petting. This is not a time that I would be using treats with her because she just is already excited, and treats don't make her less excited, if that makes sense. If she starts in a calm state and is taking treats, she's good, but when she starts getting the excited over a threshold, it can be hard to bring her back down with the treats. It's possible, but I feel like in these moments, it's better for her to have a really low value stimulus, being just petting, good girl, calm, instead of adding something that's high value that could make her more excited, like big cookies or even just the Timothy pellets. I just want her to focus on being calm in a gentle state. Down. Good girl. Back. Back. Good. Once we maintain that quiet and calm, I might try to do some more things like some hunch turns or forehands. I was going to lunge her, but right now I genuinely feel like just lunging is going to ask for her to get a little too wired. And if she wants to go play, she can go play in the pasture when we're done.
On that note, I think I'm going to call this good for today's vlog. I'm going to go put her back so that if she wants to go run and play, that's what she can do. At some point, I'd like to get back onto a better routine, which will help maintain some of this extra energy. I don't even know what I'm putting in this vlog because it was very long. Hi. One thing I wanted to mention real quick too, because I think I spaced it when I was talking earlier. I did pre-record a bunch of content in the beginning of December before everything went down with my dog and my horse. So
If you guys see videos where I'm like happy-go-lucky, that will be why, because nothing had happened yet. So that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ding the notification bell, do all the things, and we'll see you in the next video if we both make it. Because apparently we're gonna die today. I don't know. Okay, bye guys. Calm down.